everyone, my name's Kaylee, my friends call me Kale, and now you can too, and this is my doll collection. My collector corner. It will have a name, the channel will have a name, that's the best I can come up with. The reason I haven't made a channel sooner is 1, I'm nervous, and 2, I haven't thought of a name that's like witty and rolls off the tongue, so this is the best I have so far. We might rebrand eventually, but we're gonna rock with something along the lines of the collector corner. You get me. I have been an American Girl doll collector as an adult since 2020, but I had a lot of dolls growing up. I got my first doll back in 2003. That will come up later. I'm sure you could guess who. And ever since then, I just kind of have been obsessed. Every time I had like sleepovers or play dates growing up, I always had my American Girl doll with me. I actually had a childhood best friend that reintroduced me to American Girl because my first doll was just a gift when I was very little and was like packed in a box somewhere like in the attic until this friend of mine showed me this doll that she had. And I want to say it was her Jess doll, but I could be wrong. But she showed me this doll she had, and she looked familiar. And I was like, hey, I feel like I have a doll like that too. My mom was like, oh my gosh, you do. So we took out my doll from her box. And then from then on, I just wanted more and more. So then I got my second doll, I believe in 2008 or 2009. My gut is telling me 2009. No. My God, maybe it was 2007. It was a long time ago, and ever since then I was just kind of obsessed. And then during quarantine, I became re-obsessed. I just went on the website and I was like, let's see what American Girl is doing. And, you know, quarantine brain, I just got bored. And I was like, you know what? I have a lot of the girls of the year of the past. I'd really love to fill in the gaps of what I don't have and start collecting girl of the years again. And so now I have 47 dolls that I would love to introduce you to. And I have every girl of the year up until 2024 or through 2024. I figured the best way to introduce you to all my dolls was giving you a little bit of a ranking video of all 47 girls. I did break it into category because, truth be told, a while ago I recorded this video, this introductory video, and I did a ranking, and it was my 45 dolls at the time, just 45 to 1, and I figured it was kind of like doing an injustice to my dolls because comparing the historicals to the girls of the year and vice versa, and just adding in all the other dolls that I have, it just didn't feel right. So I broke it up into historicals, just like you / contemporary dolls, my limited edition / collaborations, and of course my girls of the year. So that's how I broke it up. I felt like it was only right to kind of give them all their own category and their own moment, and I'll rank them from there. I don't really know the criteria I base it on. Also, I'm only really basing it on the doll itself in terms of like what I am talking about. Like I'm talking about how it translates into doll, into their collection. I have to be honest, I'm a little nervous. I'm a little uncomfortable on camera still, but I will get better. I'm also really excited because I watch a lot of videos like this where it comes to rankings and tier lists and stuff, so I've wanted to do it for a long time because I am a very opinionated person and I'm excited to share my opinions with you guys. Hope you follow me along on this journey. I have other things planned, and yeah, I'm excited to talk about dolls. So let's cozy up in my corner here, let's have a sip of water, let's get in our favorite PJs, and let's talk dolls. So as of right now, I have 13 historical dolls. There are not too many that I want in addition to the ones that I already have. There are like a handful. I could think off the top of my head: Caroline, Marie Grace, definitely Nenea, maybe Molly. And I think that's probably it in terms of the historical girls as of right now. Oh, and Kaya. I really want Kaya eventually. So that's the dolls I don't have, obviously. And that might complete my historical collection at some point if they don't release more. But of the 13 I have, this is how I ranked them from 13 to 1. So last in my ranking at number 13 is unfortunately right now my Nelly doll. So Nelly I haven't had for too long. I just got her off eBay, probably one of the newer dolls that I've gotten. I can't remember exactly when I got her, but she's definitely newer on the list. And while she's adorable, I struggle often, and you'll see this in all of the lists as I go on, I struggle with the shorter hair dolls just because I have trouble styling them more than just like a couple braids or like pigtails. So I'm still working on that. I'm sure once I learn to like style their hair a little bit more, it'll be a little bit better. As for my Nelly, I think there's maybe something with her like neck joint that kind of throws me off sometimes about her, and I don't have a lot of her collection yet. So I see her in just her meat outfit, her pajamas, or the red holiday outfit they released, I believe it was last year, that kind of was reminiscent of Samantha's dress, because I felt like that was like the perfect holiday outfit for her that I could afford currently. There are some outfits that I definitely plan on getting of Nelly's collection whenever I have the funding to do so, or the space to get more for my collection, and I think that would definitely bump her up a little bit in the rankings because I think her face is adorable. I actually love her hair color, and I like the style. it gets a little stale to me sometimes, and that's why she's kind of low on the ranking. And because she's newer, I just haven't bonded with her too much yet, so it's hard for me to put her above any of the other dolls that I have. She was the last of the best friend dolls that I needed, so there's a lot of the, like, OGs and, like, main doll that I don't have. Like, I don't have Molly, I also don't have Samantha, so I actually kind of think it was interesting that I had almost every best friend doll besides Nellie, and I felt as a completionist she needed to add to my collection, so I just kind of threw her in there. Speaking of the best friend dolls, the next on the list at number 12 is Ruthie Girl. Ruthie is one of my older dolls. She was a childhood doll that I used to play with. I believe, I get it confused between her and Rebecca, but I believe when they released Ruthie, my childhood best friend and I, she was the one that we both agreed on finally having at the same time. So she and I, growing up, agreed that we can't have the same dolls as each other because it would kind of like mess up the lore of like the world we created. So we both couldn't have Ruthie. There couldn't be two Ruthies. And I think I like very vividly remember like fighting over who got to get Ruthie at first, and we just kind of decided like this was silly, and we both got Ruthie anyway. So that kind of ruined that pact. So that's like a fun little memory with her. But she has a lot of the same critique as I give to Nellie. Same thing with like her hair. It's a little bit on the shorter side, but I do love the like dark color of her wig matched with her like gray eyes. I think is really unique. As you can see here, her wig is it's older, so the curls have fallen out. It's a little frizzy. It's a little dry. So I'm sure if she had like her original curls and it was a little bit shinier and a little bit more fun to play with, she'd be up a little bit more, but I don't enjoy trying to style her hair anymore. And again, similarly to Nellie, I don't have a lot of her collection, so oftentimes because I actually have a rather extensive kit collection, I see Ruthie in the same like 3 outfits from Kit's collection. That gets kind of stale as well. I believe it's her gardening outfit is the one that I don't have yet. I just started collecting some of her pieces. I got her pajamas. I have her holiday dress, which I love. The green with the white tights. It is chef's kiss. It is everything quintessential holiday American Girl for me. It's very nostalgic, very beautiful. But I think it's her gardening outfit that I don't have, and I love that outfit. I think that's what it's called. And it is just adorable and so cute. And if I had that, I am sure she'd be bumped up a little bit more, because a lot of the rankings, it's going to come down to the styling, and if I'm drawn to them when I'm changing them and restyling them first. And Ruthie's just not one I go for very often, unfortunately. So I had to bump her down a little bit lower here. Number 11 on my ranking is Rebecca, which she kind of goes like back and forth for me in my collection. As of right now, she is on like the lower side, but at the holidays, she's up there because that Hanukkah dress is like unmatched. Unmatched. It's one of the most beautiful pieces American Girl has ever put out, ever. Especially in the modern day. Stunning. But same thing, with like same critiques as Ruthie and Nellie for me. The hair, she's about as old as my Ruthie doll, so her hair has kind of like fallen out of its curls as well. I can't recurl them. I'm just like not skilled at that. She's just kind of a little bit blah to me. I'm not usually drawn to her sometimes. Like I said, there are other times, like if I would have filmed this last year, I probably would have had her a little bit higher, but I don't know, I'm just not as drawn to her. Could be just that like I've had her for such a long time. Maybe there's some recency bias. I don't love her meat dress. Maybe mine is a little bit like frumpy and weird, but I don't like how it like fits her. But she does have one of the most beautiful collections outside of that. Like, even beyond the Hanukkah dress, I do also have her lacy dress, I believe it is. The white with the pink bows and little white kitten heels is the cutest dress ever. I could, like, stare at her in that dress all the time, all day, every day. I think they did a good job with both meat outfits, I have to say, even though I know I'm, like, contradicting myself because I just said I don't love, but I think it's mine. Like, mine might just be, like, kind of worn out and old and kind of, like, hangs down her torso kind of weird, but the colors are beautiful. Like, I love the maroon. I love the boots. And then, like, the new version, I believe, is that, like, purple. And, like, the materials of it is very high quality. And it still looks nice. And it looks historically accurate. Now, I am not a historian, so I could be wrong. But to me, when I look at it, it still kind of has that, like, historical feel. So they've done a really good job with her collection. I have her original pajamas, the white and blue set, the white, like, one piece, and then it's got the blue robe. That's also, like, a really beautiful piece. So a lot of her collection is amazing. It's just, like, the doll itself, sometimes I'm drawn to, sometimes I'm not. So she's kind of, like, closer to the bottom, but in the middle-ish. She's, like, in the bottom third of the list. I don't know. That's all I can say about Rebecca right now, I guess. At number 10 is Kirsten. So Kirsten has a kind of interesting, funny story. I never had any of the OG dolls. Like I said, I didn't have any of the, like, first 3. I was never into Samantha, Molly, Kirsten. I don't have Josefina. I don't have Addie. I don't know why, because I actually really love Josefina and Addie, but I don't have them for some reason. But I watched the entire saga of Babbity Kate's Kirsten videos, and I just like fell in love with her. I fell in love with the collection. I also have to blame, I think, a little bit of this on I Dream of Johnny too, because his collection is exactly the feeling. Like when I look at his videos, I look at his collection, like the older dolls, that feeling of their collections and their like history, their stories is what American Girl is to me. So after watching, like discovering his channel, watching Babbity Kate's whole saga on her, like I fell in love with Kirsten and her collection. Like she has like the sweetest, one of the most thought out collections in American Girl, obviously because she's an original. So when my friend, who I share our Instagram page with, her name is Jasmine, when she decided she was going to get rid of her Kirsten and she wanted to have a different classic mold in her collection, I decided to trade her my number 24 for her Kirsten because she was going to get rid of her anyway. And I was like, this is perfect timing. I am obsessed with this doll. We just have very different collections, very different collection goals. And I'm really into the like named dolls. I like the historicals. I like the girls of the year. So it kind of was like a perfect trade. And once I went on eBay and I bought her meet outfit and I got her school outfit and I have her birthday outfit, like once the collection started coming together, I was so excited and so thrilled. And I do love her. I just, again, with like the bonding with her, because she's not my own doll, I have a little bit of trouble with. She's also the only doll I have currently that doesn't have a box. When I have a bigger space one day, I definitely plan to get more of her furniture pieces and more of her outfits because I love them so much and they just feel so American Girl to me. But right now I'm just not super bonded with her, even though I'm still trying. I also don't have her hair in her meat style. I don't know how to do it. And I think that would change a lot for me too. If I had her styled where she looked exactly like the original version of herself, would be such a different story. And I'm so excited to bump her higher up on the list eventually because I do love her and I do love her collection. It's just, there are other dolls I'm currently more drawn to right now. Coming in at number 9 on our historical ranking is Felicity. Felicity is one of my older historical girls from my childhood collection, and she's honestly held up really, really nicely as time has gone on. Her wig is in beautiful condition. I love the color. I love the pin curls. And I'm actually really proud of myself that she still has her pin curls. I couldn't tell you how because I definitely like brushed the hell out of her hair growing up because it is such a beautiful wig. But her wig is actually not dry. Like, it hasn't dried out or anything. It's still very silky and shiny and beautiful. And obviously, one of her biggest draws in her facial features is her eyes. And I think they're very iconic to Miss Felicity, but I actually don't love them on other dolls. I think that they kind of only work on Felicity. I couldn't really tell you why, but I just think that it just... Maybe because I'm just used to it on her, but when they start to release other dolls, and I'll get into that later, when they release other dolls with those eyes, I don't know, it's just not as... It's not the same. It's not the same effect. I think she has a really beautiful collection. I love, like, the very, like, old historical dolls and, like, all their gowns and everything. I have a lot of her pieces. I have this horse riding habit, I believe it's called, that she's wearing right now. I really love the green, even though I don't love the style of it. It just felt kind of appropriate to wear for the fall. I figured I'd dress her in it for now. I have her gala gown. That's actually the only other outfit besides her meat outfit I had growing up, and I loved that dress, that red and gold. Like, I was obsessed with it. I dressed her in it. I honestly used it as her holiday dress before I got the holiday gown this past year, which is another beautiful, stunning piece in her collection. The blue is so beautiful, and I love that you can, like, interchange that, like, middle bodice part is really fun, and it just looks so pretty on her. I have her pajamas, and I have a couple other of her outfits. Actually, you'll see later in the video that somebody is dressed in one of her other outfits. I look forward to building upon the outfits I already have and more or less completing the things I don't have of hers yet. Because I don't dress my historicals modernly, and I don't have much of her collection, and I don't know, she's not as exciting as some of the other historicals I have in terms of what I have in her collection. I think she just rests pretty comfortably over here at number 9. Number 8 on my list is a doll I had already mentioned earlier, and that is Miss Kittredge. I don't think it's a hot take to say that she is one of the most iconic American Girl dolls of all time. I think a lot of people agree and see that too. And despite the fact that she is... Oh, hello. This is my puppet dog. Go ahead, go find a spot. Despite the fact that she actually has the shortest hair of all of the dolls, maybe ever, that little blonde bob is something just, like, so adorable, and I don't really need to style her hair because there's not a lot of it. So that kind of, like, puts her at a little bit of an exception. She probably, besides Julie, is the doll I have the most collection of, and I just think her outfits are so cute. Her meat outfit is one of the best, I think, historical outfits that American Girl has come out with. It's very just, like, not the Be Forever. Not the Be Forever. Her original is so classic, so iconic, so beautiful, so well made. And yeah, like, she's just like a very well loved doll in my collection. I have a lot of her furniture pieces. I have a lot of her outfits. I have her original pajamas, like her original nightgown. And there's just no doll like her. She's just very unique, despite the fact that she is like a blonde classic mold. She still has just like a very unique look to her, and I just like adore her and love her. So I think she had to be about this high up, but she's not the doll I'm most drawn to typically in my collection. So I think keeping her right almost perfectly in the middle is exactly where she should be. Number 7 in my collection is Isabel Hoffman, which is kind of shocking because I loved the 99 dolls, like their collection for the most part. Like, I definitely have some critiques. I think a lot of the like more recent historicals are very like yassified, like cartoony. What am I trying to say? They're like a caricature of the decades they're from. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're a little too on the nose and it's not very accurate for the most part. But as for Isabel the doll herself, I do love her very chunky blonde highlights. I struggle with styling her hair most of the time. I'm actually really proud of this hairstyle that's in right now. She looks good in almost everything, and she's very photogenic. I love a Joss mold. They are my favorite dolls. So I don't know why she's honestly this low. I don't love her bright green eyes on her. It just kind of doesn't feel realistic to me. And I know it doesn't feel realistic on Felicity either, but there's just something that works on Felicity that doesn't work on Isabel, and I don't know how to really put my finger on it. That's really all I have to say. Like, I think she is adorable, and I still love her, and I would never... She's not a doll I would ever look at to, like, get rid of or not dress. Like, whenever I'm dressing Nikki, I'm dressing Isabel. But I just think that there are dolls I'm more drawn to typically than her, and could be that I just have, like, a plethora of blonde dolls at this point in my life that I'm not drawn to many blonde dolls anymore. I don't know. But yeah, that's where Isabel ranks at number 7. Ranking at number 6, right outside my top 5, is Miss Adorable Beautiful Ivy. I actually had a lot of friends, including that same childhood best friend that had Ivy, so I never felt the need to have her until I was an adult and recollecting. And because I have so much of Julie's collection and I adore Julie, I figured that there was just something about Ivy that I felt was missing in my collection. Not only does she just have that nostalgic feel because she reminds me of like going to my friends' houses and playing with my dolls with their dolls, but again, she's just like a very American Girl doll to me. I don't know how to really explain what I'm saying when I say that, but I'm sure somebody somewhere understands what I mean. That just like quintessential, iconic American Girl. She has one of the best, cutest, tiniest collections ever. I wish that they would have built on her more. She's similar to Ruthie, where I dress her in a lot of Julie's clothes, but Ivy just like still like so much more, just like so unique and so beautiful. Her meat outfit is stunning. I remember being fascinated by her meat outfit when I'd go to those friends' houses growing up, and I just thought like the green pants with this like funky pink shirt, and it was just like a really unmatched part of my collection. So my mom actually got me Ivy a couple years ago for my birthday. It was incredibly special, incredibly sweet. I didn't even know, I don't even remember if I mentioned I wanted Ivy or not, but obviously she's a very special gift to me. I really love the modified Jess mold. I love the way that they did the eyes on her, and I love her decal eyes overall. I'm actually a very big fan of the decal eyes over the pinwheel. Her hair, same thing, short. You guys already got the spiel. The bangs, I love bangs on a doll, and honestly, her and Kirsten are like and one of my just like yous, but I don't know how much she really counts. They're the only two that have like bangs on my dolls because I don't know why I don't have more, but Ivy's bangs are so annoying when I'm trying to style her. They are so annoying. I don't know how to like explain why, but they are. But the wig needs the bangs. Like, while I could say they're annoying when styling, I would be so much more upset if that wig didn't have bangs. That wig needs bangs. Ivy is right outside my top 5, but I absolutely adore her. She's like a very important part of my collection. And yeah, that's where Ivy is. Naturally, coming in at number 5 has to be Ivy's best friend, Julie. Julie, as I said earlier in the intro, is my second doll ever. And she was probably like the most stunning thing I've ever seen when I first got her. Before I got Kanani, she had the longest wig. I have a lot of her collection. Probably second to Kit, the amount of clothes I have of Julie's. I honestly think she's the most fleshed out historical girl that American Girl has had. I mean, I've had my Julie doll probably since like 2008 or around there. Like between 2007 and 2009, I got my Julie doll whenever she was released. And they have never retired her, as far as I know. So much of her newer stuff in her collection is still really adorable and really cool, and they're doing a pretty decent job with it. I love like the roller skating outfit. I love that like patchwork sweater vest thing that they did. I got that outfit pretty much right away after they released it. And her furniture is probably one of the best pieces I have too. I have her old version of her bed. I love her egg chair. I love her little bathroom. Like whenever I have the space to have like a full display where I could have the furniture out, like I definitely will be building a little world around Julie because it's so cute and so fun and colorful, and I just think that she's one of the best well thought out dolls that American Girl has had. And because she was my second doll ever, that actually got me into getting more dolls and like playing with them and having this little world outside of like the real world. She's obviously very special to me. I'm just not as drawn to her as the rest of the top 5. So now that you've heard about my second doll ever, I'm going to talk about one of the most recent dolls I've gotten and the latest historical that I've gotten, and that is Miss Claudie. Claudie has one of the sweetest face molds I've ever seen. That same friend that I have the Instagram account with got a Claudie mold doll. I think she actually got Claudie, if I'm not mistaken. And I just was like obsessed with her. Her wig is so cute. Her collection is adorable. Probably the best of the modern era historical dolls. I love her meat dress. I love the colors that they chose for her. And like I said, like I love a new face mold. So I think that puts her at a higher placing too, because she's new and she's just exciting and fresh and adorable. They did a really good job with her. They did a good job with her collection. And same thing, if I had more space, I would definitely have a little world around hers. I plan to get more of her collection and more of her outfits. I have her, obviously her meat outfit, and then I have her traveling outfit right now, which I adore. I will be getting her pajamas soon because I try to collect every pajama set for every doll. And I want to get more of the, like, I believe it's the Harlem Renaissance collection. I don't know if they have any more. I know that they were kind of phasing it out, but I'd like to get a little bit more in my collection for her and have different styles for her to wear. Number 3 is Emily. So Emily's another one of my favorite collections. I love her meat outfit. I think her meat outfit is one of the best as well. I feel like maybe I'm being a little repetitive, but it really is. Like, I love, like, the red, blue, and white, but it's not, like, too, like, super patriotic in your face red, white, and blue, but it's just how, like, a really cute, like, childlike presence of it. What is the word I'm trying to say? A very, like, childlike-esque style. It's a very sweet dress. The belt is really cute. I have the matching headband. I actually don't love the headband. It's a little puffy. It kind of reminds me of when I had to wear big puffy headbands in my, like, elementary school pictures for my school uniform. Did not love it. She actually has, like, shorter hair, but I don't really mind it. I think it's because it's a center part. It's usually pretty easy to work with. It's a cute color. She has cute blue eyes. When I used to play with her growing up, I really loved, like, using, like, a British accent to play as her, so obviously that brought the play value up for me. She, I believe, was my 3rd doll ever, or 4th. I can't remember. It's definitely 3rd or 4th, but she's very, very old in my collection. So obviously there's sentimental value there as well. And I have a lot of her collection too. I have her holiday outfit. I have her tap outfit, which is one of my favorite outfits. I actually debated putting her in the tap outfit for this video, but decided her meat outfit was kind of a little bit better fitting for this. Yeah, I plan to keep getting more, like her recital dress and her snowsuit. Like, her collection is just really, really darling, and she's one of the best friend dolls that actually has, like, a pretty fleshed out collection. So I plan to add more of that to my own overall collection. And as I've already said multiple times, I have all of the best friend dolls. So if you haven't guessed already who number 2 is, it is Elizabeth, the best friend of Felicity. She's definitely one of my childhood faves. I just think she's very, like, pastel, girly. I don't know if Doll Studio by Chris kind of, like, gave her that connotation in my brain now, but regardless, he's right. She is very, like, pastel, pink, girly. A lot of her collection is like that too. Like, her riding outfit is like a baby pink, if I'm not mistaken. She has, like, this green springtime dress that I have that is stunning. The dress she's in right now, I believe, is a Felicity dress. I got it thrifting. I found it on a doll, and I was like, yes, it's coming home with me. And when I looked it up, I believe it's part of Felicity's collection. I put it on Elizabeth because, as you guys can tell, a running pattern with me is I put the best friend outfits in the main line doll outfits because they don't have much. But, like, anything like pink, pastel-y, floral, girly just looks so good on her. I love her wig, even though mine doesn't have her pin curls anymore, unfortunately. It's still, like, so beautiful, so soft, so long, a really gorgeous color. And I just think that she just is, like, a really sweet doll that looks good in everything, photographs well, because that is a criteria of mine. I know that might be cringe, but it is. I plan to get more of her collection eventually. I know there's more pieces I would like to get. I just got her pajamas over this past winter. I think they are so cute. And yeah, so that's why Elizabeth is ranked at number 2. Coming in at number 1 on the historical scale, I think is at the top of a lot of people's lists, actually. So this isn't a very unique ranking, I don't think, but I don't care because American Girl absolutely ate and left no crumbs with this one, and it is Nikki Hoffman. Obviously, she is, like, one of the cutest faces ever because she's a Joss mold, and I'm a little biased, but her wig is obviously the big draw to her. I love the muddy pieces. I almost dyed my own hair looking like that at some point because I looked at it on this doll and just was obsessed with it. I love her style. I love that she's supposed to be, like, more so, like, tomboy-ish. I love dressing her. I love styling her. I love photographing her. I love taking her places. Like, I just love this doll so much. Like, I just have no notes for her. I think that she's perfect. I think that her hair color with the muddy pieces and the blue eyes. Oh, hi. You agree? We agree. There's no notes. Yeah, she's just kind of a very unique, unmatched doll in the American Girl line. And I'm really glad that they released her. I'm really glad that she's representative of my birth year. And I'm really glad that I have her in my collection. She was a birthday gift to myself for my 24th or 25th birthday. And it was just fitting. And I just love her. Like, I literally, no notes. Our next category of dolls is the Just Like You and contemporary dolls. So obviously Just Like You is self-explanatory, but the contemporary dolls are the World by Us line. I only have 2 of the 3, and it felt kind of silly to rank them just based off of like top 2. So I added them in with the Just Like You dolls because I usually kind of lump them in with them. So yeah, so I have 9 dolls that I have in this ranking category, and I'm going to get started with number 9, and that is my number 24, I believe her number is, and I should have researched, but I didn't. I do believe she's number 24. And her name is Taylor. I don't have much to say about Taylor, about like the doll herself. I think she's very blah and boring. Even though I really adored her at some point in my collection back in the day. I think she was my second Just Like You ever. She's just like, she's hard to style. She doesn't photograph well. I just can't figure her out. There's something about her that is really, really challenging to me. The story behind this doll, though, is that this is the doll I traded for Kirsten. So this one, I know. How do I have her again? She's not my original doll. That doll that I grew up with is still in Jasmine's possession, and she's very well loved and styled and taken care of, better than I ever probably did. But because I'm a little crazy, and I still had her box and her meat outfit, when I came across a listing for a number 24 on Facebook Marketplace for $30, nude, I had to get her, unfortunately. So I did, and now I have her in my collection again. And maybe I shouldn't have, because I really, I have a hard time, and I think it's because she's not my original doll that I struggle with her. Her eyelids are kind of weird to me, too. Her, eyelids are, a different color. Her neck is kind of off. I can't get it to, sit properly on her body. The wig doesn't feel right. It's just her not being my original 24 and just being this, replacement 24. Really, I find myself struggling to bond with her and dress her and reach for her. So that's kind of why she's at the lowest. Every so often, I surprise myself when I style her, and I'm like, oh, she kind of eats. I tried really hard for this video to style her in something that I would love and, wear myself. And while I, love her outfit, I'm still, not sold on her entirely. So she might be the one doll. I'm not sure if I'll keep her forever or what I'm going to do, especially because she's not even my original doll. But she is, the one doll I probably struggle with the most. I think when I did the full ranking of, 45 to 1 back in, February or whenever I filmed it, I think she was last on the list of all my dolls. So I'm just struggling with her right now. And we'll see. We'll see where we go with that. Coming in at number 8 is my number 22. And her name is Anna. She was my first ever Just Like You. And I get Emily confused at what position they came in. So if Emily was number 3, Anna was number 4, or vice versa. But she was definitely my first ever Just Like You. I really loved her growing up. I got her, I think, at the American Girl store, if I'm not mistaken. It was my first trip to the American Girl store. I picked her out. I was there with my grandmother, my godmother, my god sister, my cousin, my mom. We were all there. It's this big, beautiful event, and I have pictures of the day, and it was awesome. I might include them right here. She has that story behind her, but she's not sentimental to me as much anymore for some reason. It's also because she's old. I just have trouble with her. And she has the worst wig ever. And that might be my fault because I may have pulled a lot of her hair out, so it's very thin, but it is so thin. There's no hair. There's no hair on this wig. I can't style it. I can't fix it. I might have to send her to the doll hospital for a head replacement because it's just that bad. Yeah, I'd probably like her more if she had a better wig. I really think that's what it comes down to, is that I don't mind her face, even though she's kind of boring too. Another blonde classic mold in my collection. I'm kind of over at this point in my life, but I don't know, I'm bored. I'm bored of her. Next, I think on the Just Like You list there's a lot of recency bias because Sky is the next one on my list at number 7, and that's because, so the order in which I got my Just Like You dolls was Anna, Taylor, Sky, so my oldest 3 are last on the list. So there's definitely recency bias at play. She definitely is one of the most unique, beautiful dolls I have in my collection. Still, she was my favorite growing up. She was probably one of the last dolls I got somehow, actually, believe it or not. Even though she is one of the earliest Just Like You dolls I've had. I think she was maybe... I feel growing up I only had the 3 Just Like You dolls. I think the rest I got as an adult collector. So yes, she was the last Just Like You doll I got. So I bought her. I adored her. Her name is, I think actually pretty common amongst number 49s because of those eyes that really pop against like her hair tone, like hair color and skin tone. So I thought she was like one of the most beautiful, beautiful, beautiful dolls in my collection. I actually think that's also why it's important to continue to diversify your collection and diversify your kids' collections, because I was just so over the moon obsessed with Sky when I got her as a kid. She was my Interstar U rep, so that was also like a big part. Like she was my little virtual rep, and I used to just play all the time. I loved that game so much. I took her everywhere with me, honestly, up until I started adding more dolls to my adult collection. Like even as an adult, when I would go to American Girl, like I remember bringing Sky with me, probably one of the first times I went back as an adult, because that's how much I loved that doll. It is shocking that she's this low in the rank, but like I said, I do think that recency bias kind of plays a role in my ranking here. So unfortunately, Sky is at number 7, but that doesn't make me love her any less. I absolutely adore her. I think I'm struggling to like style her as of recent, but yeah, no, I love this doll so much still. So it's very competitive, the Just Like You category. At number 6, I have the first World by Us doll in the ranking, and that is McKenna. McKenna has the babiest little face mold I've ever seen on an American Girl doll. Like, she is very like baby sister. I love this wig. I think it is so fun. I am so glad that I have a doll in my collection that has these twists, and I just think it's like such a different style, especially when American Girl had released it. Like, I know they're doing a little bit more, especially now that Elphaba has come out with the braids, so I'm really glad that like she kind of set the mark for, well, really the whole World by Us line did, but McKenna really kind of like set the tone for different hairstyles that American Girl is going to continue to release. So I think that she is a very special doll in the American Girl catalog. She looks great in everything. Like any style I dress her in, she looks good in it. Like she's just like a really cute doll. They did a really great job. I hate her meat outfit besides the shoes. I think it's a little tacky. Like, I don't think Yvette or Maritza had very tacky meat outfits, if I'm not mistaken, but I think that this line was very important too, and I know that there's been a lot of discourse about that. I won't get into it too deeply, but just it's a shame that this line didn't continue to grow and flourish the way it probably should have. But yeah, it gets tough in the ranking from here on out, because these are probably the top 6 dolls I reach for in general when I'm dressing my dolls. I go like from McKenna on to number 1, and then I'll do the rest of just like use the other girls of the year. Like I'm usually reaching for the dolls that are coming up first, so it's competitive. Number 5 is Noah. I don't remember what number she is. I want to say she's number 122, if I'm not mistaken. As soon as I saw this doll, I knew her name was going to be Noah, and that's why I had to have her. There are a couple dolls on this list that when I saw them in like the catalog or online, I knew I had to have them because they had a name already, and Noah was one of them. I finally bought her when she was on sale, maybe 2 years ago now, and she just like, there's a reason why AGIG was obsessed with her and why she was all over the feeds, because she is stunning. She looks good in everything. She looks good in every style. I love chunky highlights in American Girl dolls. Like, you don't understand. I love the chunky highlights. I love the Joss mold. I don't love her bangs. I can't get them styled right. They keep like splitting, but I see other people do it just kind of like flat down the center, and I love how that looks. I'm trying to figure that out. The only problem I have with her wig is that it feels kind of greasy. Like, kind of feels like how my hair feels after a day without a wash all the time. I don't know why. Other than that, they knocked it out of the park with her. She is so cute, so beautiful. Really just like, there's very little notes. It's just that her wig is a little bit greasy, but she's perfect otherwise. Coming in at number 4, shockingly, I didn't think I'd put her above Noah because I really do love that doll, but that is Lacey. I believe she's 128. You can correct me if I'm wrong because I'm actually really, really, really unsure about that. But her name is Lacey. I love her dark hair. She actually really reminds me of my mom when my mom was little, so that's why I named her Lacey, because my mom's name rhymes with it. I think she's just like very trendy, like something about like the way like you could style her. I see her in a lot of like neutrals, very trendy outfits. She was another favorite on AGIG as well, so I'm obviously easily impressionable. If I see her enough on my timeline, I have to have her. So yeah, but I do love her, and I think she's really, really cute. She's probably my newest. I think she's the newest doll in my collection. I think she's the 47th doll I've gotten. So I'm still kind of like bonding with her and figuring out how I exactly want to style her in my collection. She also has a bit of a greasy wig I'm still trying to work through. It's very similar to Noah's, but other than that, she is stunning and a fan favorite for sure, and it makes sense. Coming in at number 3 on my list is the other World by Us doll that I have, and that is Yvette. So beyond just how important, again, her story is and how that collection really deserved so much better, that whole World by Us line, it really deserved so much better, and I wish that American Girl would have prioritized it a little bit more. One of the biggest draws about Yvette was, of course, similarly to McKenna, her wig. And while it is so hard to style and so hard to maintain, it is so unique. She's honestly one of the only dolls in my collection that my boyfriend remembers by name, like, immediately, because of just how unique she looks to all the other dolls in my collection. I wish I could learn to style it a little bit better than I currently do, but she's always looks cool. She always looks good. Everything, very similar to other dolls on this list. Everything that she is dressed in, she always rocks it. She can pull off any style, and yeah, if I could just learn how to better style and maintain her hair, she could be like number 1, even though she's still ranked pretty high. I'm always drawn to her. She's always one of the first dolls I reach for when I'm first restyling the dolls. If I have like a really good outfit in mind, she's usually one of the ones I reach for to put in it, because I just think she's a really special, cool looking doll. She's cool looking as hell all the time. Coming in at number 2 on my list is, her name is Winnie, and she is number 21, I think. Oh, I'm so good at the thing is, when I watch other people make videos and they don't know the doll numbers, it bothers me so much. So you think I would have prepared better, but I didn't. Sorry. I get it now. Sorry, guys, for being judgmental. I named her Winnie, and I named her Winnie for a very important reason, and that's because I remember seeing her in the catalog. She's probably the only Just Like You doll I remember seeing in the catalogs growing up that I probably circled a million times, but just never got, because, again, how many blonde classic mold dolls does a girl need? But them describing her hair as honey blonde stuck with me forever. Like, to this day, I'm like, no, she's a honey blonde. So that's why her name is Winnie, because honey. So again, she's very similar to Noah. Like, I've seen her for years. I've wanted her for years. The honey blonde description, I was like, her name would be Winnie. And I found a really perfect one on Facebook Marketplace. I think she's really gorgeous, and I love to style her. Right now I have her in like some Etsy outfits that I had purchased, so she's a little more modern, but I also love putting her in very old, like old school, old style, Just Like You outfits, because she is an American Girl doll to me, like a very old, nostalgic, again, quintessential American Girl doll, Just Like You doll to me. I'm really happy to finally have her. I got her last year, and she's very special and really exciting to have, and just kind of makes things feel more complete to me. I think I would have thought about her for a long time had I never gotten her. So I'm glad that I found her. I'm glad I scored her. I got her with her box in a meat outfit. She has a really unique wig. I love her pin curls. That was the other thing, is that this one has the pin curls, and I was very excited about that. So yeah, that's Winnie, and she's number 2. And coming in at number 1 is the only Addie mold doll I have so far in my collection, unfortunately, because I love the Addie mold, and honestly, I think I eventually will be getting an actual Addie doll and just more Addie molds. I have a create your own idea in mind with an Addie mold, and I love this face mold so much, and it is my number 26, and I named her Billy. So she's my number 1. I have no notes for this doll. Her wig, stunning. Face mold, stunning. Eyes, stunning. Skin tone, stunning. Everything, stunning. I just love her so much. She is probably my favorite doll in my collection overall. Like, it might be a little bit of a battle with Nikki, but she's definitely up there, like, for sure, top 3 of all of them. She's probably one of the first ones I reach for in my collection when I'm dressing them. I like to style her in the best outfits that I have in mind. If I have a new outfit, I like to dress her, and she's just kind of like a perfect blend between like the modern style of American Girl dolls and the more like older, nostalgic American Girl Just Like You line. So again, I can't talk about her enough. I'm going to start rambling, as I have been for so long. No notes. I think she is stunning, beautiful, gorgeous, everything, and I just love her very, very much, and I'm so glad. I, again, got her off, like, Facebook Marketplace. I found a really good one in box with a meat outfit, because those are kind of, like, my criterias for, like, an American Girl doll, and actually, no, she wasn't in a meat outfit. I had purchased a meat outfit separately for her, because I'm crazy. She came straight from the doll hospital, so she came in the hospital gown, so that's why she's also more beautiful, because she's, like, new and fresh and stunning, and yeah, I have no notes for her. I love her. I'm really glad to have her in my collection, and she really showed me how much I love the Addie mold and how much I want to add more Addie molds to my collection. This next category is one that I haven't actually mentioned yet. It's a very small category, so it won't take us too long, and it is my special or limited edition dolls / collaborations. So I have 2 of the Disney dolls. One is Playline, one is limited edition, and then I have a separate limited edition collaboration. I couldn't fit them anywhere else, and I felt like it wasn't fair to compare them to the Just Like You dolls because they're a little bit more spectacular and also more expensive. So I decided to put them in their own category. And we're going to start off with obviously number 3, and that is my Cinderella Playline doll. Growing up, my godmother, who was the person that got me into American Girl, by the way, she was the one that got me my first ever dolls. She obviously, she and I kind of share this bond about my dolls. We talk about them often enough, and she loves that I still collect them. It really means a lot to her, too. So she had always referred to me as Cinderella. When I was younger, I dressed up as Cinderella a lot. When I went to my high school prom, I found a dress that was Cinderella-esque. I wanted, a long blue gown. So when they released the Cinderella Playline doll, I really, really had to have her. I told my godmother about her. I said, oh my god, look what they released. They released an American Girl Cinderella doll. And of course, the angel godmother that I have sent me money for her and said, go buy her on me. I would love if you had this doll. I hate to rank her at number 3, but I do like the other 2 a little bit more. But I actually really love what they did with the Cinderella doll. I really love her wig. I think they nailed it. And I love the style. I love the color. It's very buttery popcorn blonde. I actually love the dress and the gloves, the shoes. They did such a good job with her. Her lip color, this bubblegummy pink color that they have, I absolutely adore. I think they did a great job with her. I'm just having complicated feelings about her now because they just recently released the limited edition, and I'm really upset that they didn't do that one first, because I probably would have bought her first, really just for the box, and for the makeup and the dress with the crystals. I have debated making my Cinderella look more like my other limited edition Disney doll. I have debated painting on eyeliner myself and getting crystals online to deck out her dress so that they looked a little bit similar, just because them looking different bothers me for whatever reason. But Cinderella is my second favorite princess, so regardless, I was going to have her. I might try and sell this one to put some money towards the limited edition. I just struggle because I like this one's wig so much better than the limited edition, so I don't know if maybe I unwig her, buy the limited edition, switch it. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I love that they did Cinderella regardless, and I think that she's a really gorgeous doll for all the reasons I had already mentioned. Number 2 in this category is my other limited edition or Disney collaboration. She's the only limited edition Disney collaboration I have currently, and that is Jasmine. And I was ecstatic when they released Jasmine first. In the first round of Disney collabs, I honestly was very surprised that they had included her, and it hurt my feelings that more people did not buy my girl, because Jasmine is my favorite princess. Aladdin is my favorite movie of all time, even beyond Disney. Aladdin is my favorite movie. I fell asleep to it constantly. I have that movie memorized. It makes me feel just so happy to watch. And when they released her, I had to have her. I think I bought her that day. She came very quick. I was so excited. They did a great job with this doll. I don't usually love the Sonali mold, honestly. I don't actually think she looks very Jasmine with the Sonali mold, but I don't actually have a solution for what other mold they should have used, so I guess they did the best they could with what they have. She has a gorgeous wig that I finally took out of its meat style very recently, and it's so beautiful. I wish I could leave it out, but I can't bring myself to do it. I love the outfit. I love the color. I love the box. They did such a good job, and I think that she's so beautiful. I was so happy that they released her, and she's one of my most prized possessions of my doll collections. I wish I could have put her at number 1, but I actually like my number 1 a little bit better. Again, that could be because of recency bias, but at number 1, I have the Peaches and Cream Barbie. Growing up, not only did I have a bunch of American Girl dolls, but I had a lot of Barbies. I had a lot of Barbies. I had a whole little world, a whole little town. I had Barbie doll houses and families. I had this full-fleshed world of my Barbies. So when they started to collaborate American Girl with Barbie, it really meant a lot to me. It was very special to me. I really wanted the first one. I didn't have the funds at the time. They kind of surprise dropped her, and I really regret not getting her, because I would love to have all of the American Girl Barbie dolls, and I would like to eventually have the first one in my collection, but it's not a priority right now. I just, it's a wish. It's a hope. But I think she is pure perfection. Peaches and Cream is my favorite Barbie of all time, and they did a really good job translating her into American Girl. The dress, the quality is unbelievable. Her box is stunning. The accessories, she has gorgeous hair. I kind of I know a lot of people bring up her skin tone, that peachy color. I love that too. I actually bought the re-release of the Peaches and Cream actual Barbie doll, and I plan to display them somewhere on this wall here because it's orange and they would look so beautiful on it with that as their background. So I love this doll. I had to put her at number 1 because she is just gorgeous, and I love that she came with a stand and these little shoes, and she's just really, really beautiful. There's really no other critique. I do wish her eyeliner was blue as well. Honestly, that was kind of a big debate for me for the versions is that like I loved that blue eyeliner. It was such a beautiful color. It really pops, and I do wish that she had the blue too as opposed to this purple, but I don't know, maybe if I look at the actual Barbie doll, she also has purple and that's why. I don't know, but both versions of this doll were stunning. They did such a good job. Like they really put a lot of like effort, energy, detail into her, and I have to put her at number 1. I just have to, because she's stunning, and I'm really looking forward to all the other Barbies that they add to the line, and I plan to, if I can, keep adding to my collection the Barbie American Girl collaborations. Okay, now we're getting into the real meat of the video, and I'm so sorry that it is so long and I ramble. I just don't really know how to like start and finish a thought without giving it some sort of like thesis and closing paragraph, I guess. But we're getting into the Girls of the Year, and I am, before anything else, a Girl of the Year collector. I have every single one so far besides Summer and the newly released Raquel. I haven't gotten Summer yet because I don't like to get the dolls until their year, so I let Lila have her full year. I still plan on getting Summer at the end of this year, and then I won't get Raquel until 2026 because that just is what feels right to me. I don't like getting them early. Kind of defeats the purpose of the Girl of the Year line to me. I understand why they do it, but I just will not participate in it. But I have every other one leading up to then, and the Girls of the Year is actually what got me back into collecting because I had pretty much every Girl of the Year. I was just missing a couple here and there. There was like obviously a period of time from 2013 to like 2019 that I wasn't really collecting anymore, so I was missing all of those girls, and then I started recollecting in 2020, so I had gotten the Girls of the Year that were still available on the website, and then I had to go back and fill in some gaps. So I did that, and now I have every single one. It got me back into it. It's really exciting, and I will continue to collect the Girls of the Year every year. Oh, it's also very fitting that I'm a Girl of the Year collector because my first ever doll was a Girl of the Year, and we'll get into that when we get to her name on the list. But starting with number 22, I unfortunately, and this is a really hot take, and I think a lot of people are going to be very upset with me, and I'm really sorry because I know she's a fan favorite, but it is Marisol. Hold on. I think mine in particular, I don't think I have a good Marisol, and maybe if I bought a different one, like sold this one and bought a different one, maybe I would like her a little bit more, but I just struggle with her so much. I don't know how to style her. Mine actually has sticky eye too, so that like kind of turns me off to her a little bit. But again, it's just this version of the doll. It's not like Marisol as a whole, because I've seen some really beautiful Marisols. I just don't love mine. I don't love her meat outfit either. I don't love the colors. I just can't style her. Her neck joint is bad. Like, I have difficulty with her, and I don't want to have difficulty with her because I know she's a fan favorite and I know people love her and I want to love her, but I just don't love her yet. So I don't know the solution if I have to get a new one, but it's very possible that I do. Coming in at number 21 is the OG herself, Miss Lindsay Bergman. This is very similar to my Marisol situation. I think it's based off of just mine, even though I know she's not really a fan favorite and she's kind of boring and her collection is kind of boring, and she's got short hair, and mine in particular, the short hair is very crunchy, crispy, dry, not right. Like, I look at pictures of her and it's supposed to be curly. Were they ever actually curly? Mine just has like a little flip at the end. But yeah, my ranking of her actually does fluctuate sometimes based off how she's styled. Like, I actually like how she's styled right now. I had her in another outfit recently. I thought she looked really cute in, so she was a little bit like higher up. But sometimes I honestly forget I have her. Like, I have a shelving unit in my bedroom with all of my Girls of the Years on display, and she was the only one not displayed, and it's honestly just because I forgot. So that was kind of fake of me, and I hate to put her low because she is the girl that started it all, but I think that's why she's low, is because she doesn't have much to her. Like, there's no meat to her collection. There's just nothing. There's not like any, like, there's no pajamas, no big ticket items, which, by the way, the pajamas I have beef with, and I will get into that, but there's just not much to her. She's a little blah, a little boring. And that's all I'll say on that. Number 20, I have Nikki. Again, it could just be mine because her wig is so bad. I finally recurled it, but it's like very thin and there's not a lot of hair, not a lot of weight. I don't necessarily love her collection. I'm not into like the like westerny ranch horse girl like aesthetic typically. Although like I don't hate it, it's just not usually my favorite. I do love her meat outfit. I think it's one of my favorite Girl of the Year meat outfits. Maybe not favorite, but it's definitely like more so towards the top than the bottom. I do think it's really cute. She looks cute in pictures, but again, like for me, her wig is really bad. She's hard to style. Like, I'm not usually drawn to her. I don't usually pick her. She has like a lot of like bald spots or those like little short hairs show a lot. I don't know. I struggle with her. In at number 19 is Jess. A lot of these critiques are the same. I struggle to style her. Her collection is blah. I don't understand how she has pajamas, but then Nikki doesn't. That really annoys me, American Girl. Why did my girl Nikki not get pajamas? I haven't seen pajamas as far as I'm concerned, but Jess had some the year before. I could understand Lindsay and Kaylee not having pajamas because they were new. Like, they, you know, you guys are still figuring it out, but you had figured it out with Jess that she needed pajamas. Anyway, that's a rant. Again, I love a new face mold, so, like, the Jess mold is very like special and iconic, and to her, like, obviously, like, her being the first one is a little bit of an extra slay. I cannot figure out how to style her hair. Her part is weird. I don't know if it's just mine, but the part is weird. I have a hard time with it, but I do love the color, the like dark hair with like kind of like a reddish highlight tone to it. Really fun, really beautiful. Every so often I kind of knock it out of the park with like styling her, but I do have a hard time. That's really what it comes down to for me. Am I drawn to picking up Jess off the shelf to put her in an outfit? Not typically. That's not her fault. That might just be me, but I just have a tough time. I'm not usually reaching for her first. I feel like I'm like speed running through this now because I think I took a lot of time talking, and I don't want to like rush through the girls of the year because they're the most important part of my collection, but I also don't want this video to be 3 hours long and to like lose you guys on the first video. So I'm sorry if I'm like talking kind of fast. Sorry. But coming in at number 18 is the girl everybody loves to hate. That is my girl, Krissa. I'm actually surprised that she is this high on my own ranking because I also don't, like, adore Krissa, but I do love her story. I love her collection. I love that she has best friends in her line. 2 of the girls I actually don't have in the Girl of the Year line, but one day I will. I actually do think she's grown on me, though. Like, her hair has kind of grown on me. Like, I actually enjoy styling her a little bit more than other girls, especially the girls that she comes above on the list. That's as of recent. Yeah, I like her collection. I like her story, like I already said. I actually like her meet outfit, and then she has, like, that party dress, I think is what it is. Like, her spring party dress, I think, is really cute. She has, like, a unique hobby. The swimming. Like, I know, like, there are other girls that are, like, beachy. They have a bathing suit or, like, a surfboard. But, like, I think that her being on, like, the swim team at school is really cute. And I like that. Yeah, she's just kind of grown on me. And she's one of my childhood dolls. So, of course, like, I loved her growing up. But she's grown on me as of recently. So, I had to put her a little bit higher than as low as I feel like I would have put her in the past. So, she sits comfortably at number 18. Coming in at number 17 is Blair. Blair is actually the one that completed my Girl of the Year collection. She filled in the final gap of all the girls that I still needed. So that was really exciting to finally be like, wow, I have every single Girl of the Year from 2001 to 2024. Thanks to Blair, so I'll give her a little shout out, a little cred where it's due. She is unique in my collection. She's like got kind of similar coloring to Felicity with like a kind of like auburny red kind of hair and green eyes. I like that she had a unique skin tone. She's very pale like me. But other than that, beyond like how unique she looks within my own collection, she doesn't really do anything for me. I love her meat outfit, but I don't love the rest of her collection too much. Like, I can't even remember an outfit that's like memorable to me. I hate her pajamas. I hate the slippers. I hate them. I'm very passionate about that. Her story doesn't really do anything for me either. I'm kind of like, meh. You know, I think the doll herself is cute, but everything else just kind of falls flat for me. And that's why she's ranked a little bit lower on the list than others. Coming in at number 16 is Gabriella. For obvious reasons, unfortunately, her collection is just so lazy. They really dropped the ball on her. I actually had her a little bit higher in my collection a little while ago, like when I first recorded this video, probably whenever it was. She actually was a little bit higher up because I was just enjoying like styling her, and I had fixed up her wig, and I like just, I don't know, I was just enjoying her a little bit more. But I think I've discovered that the Sonali mold is really just like my least favorite, and I don't have many of them. She has a horrible collection. She has a horrible meat outfit. She's just poorly executed, and that's really unfortunate. But when she is styled well, I do absolutely adore her. It has nothing to like do really with the doll itself. It's just like the collection and the story, similarly to Blair, just kind of like falls flat for me. And I really look forward to the day that they release a Black Girl of the Year that is actually thought out, that actually has a unique story, that actually has like real thought. Like, I think we're moving towards that with the release of Raquel and like putting the thought into the story for like their non-white characters. But I want a Black Girl of the Year that is actually not an afterthought. So I had to put, I don't want to like get into that too deep, but it does upset me. It upsets me that she's a recycled Truly Me. I know that that's not a unique critique. A lot of people have that same thought. I want better for my girl. I wanted her to be a little bit higher. And like I said before, when she's styled well, I really do love her, and she really can be styled well, but she's not one that I'm usually like reaching for typically. Phew. That one got me like warm. Number 15 is McKenna. She's the last childhood doll I ever had, just like even beyond Girls of the Year. Like, she was the last childhood doll I ever received, last one I played with. She's just kind of meh. Like, she's very cute. She's got like rosier cheeks. Like, there's something in her face mold that actually looks different than most Josefina molds. I really love her wig. It's still in very good condition. It is soft. It is shiny. I like that there's really hardly a part, but if there is a part, it's a little bit of a middle one. Her meat outfit is not my favorite. I like the rest of her collection collection. I have a good amount of her stuff, like her gymnastics stuff and everything. I have her bed, and it is one of my favorite pieces, so that did give her extra points. Again, similarly to Julie, like, I will have a bedroom set up one day. Like, I will have a dollhouse made out of shelves, and it'll be nice and beautiful and big, and it will have McKenna's bed because it is such a fun piece, and I loved that piece when I was a kid, so I can't wait to display it with her. So that definitely, like, bumps her up a bit. I like that they implemented her into Lila's story. That was kind of like their intro to what they're doing with Raquel. Like, they were kind of testing the waters with it, so I actually really love having them together in my collection. And yeah, but no, she's not one I'm not usually like reaching for her, just based off like this, like who I'm styling, but I can appreciate the doll itself and that the rest of her collection actually does have like a cohesive theme for the most part. So number 14 is an interesting one, and that is Isabel. And back in the day, she really would have been a lot lower because, again, blonde, classic mold, been there, done that. We've seen it before. I was very bored of her. I hate her meat outfit. I think her meat outfit is the worst. Maybe even worse than Gabriella's, actually. I think I like Gabriella's better than Isabel's, but that take might fluctuate depending on the day. Her collection is just not good. The dancer story, we've seen that. You know, there's nothing super exciting about her as a girl of the year, but as a doll, the more I look at her and the more I style my girls of the year, Isabel's face mold just looks a little different than other classic molds to me. She has like rosier cheeks. She has a little bit more of a babyish feel to her. She kind of reminds me of like Winnie in my collection a little bit. Her eye shape, to me, unless I'm crazy, her eye shape is a little bit different as well. So I just think that like she has a very precious face. When she's styled outside of her collection, I actually like her a lot. And I like that you could put the pink in and out of her hair depending on the day, even though I don't love the clips they use to do that. I do like that you have the option, because sometimes I don't want to dress her in something pink, and if she has the pink in her hair, I feel obligated to, and that's why Luciana is only ever in purple, and Corinne is only ever in blue. But yeah, beyond that, she's kind of perfectly ranked towards the middle bottom of the list, because she's just kind of most of the time. At number 13, and inching towards the midway point of our list here, is Grace. And Grace is very fun to style, in my opinion. I love her wig and her freckles. I think that she just is also a little bit more unique in my collection. And she has, like, really cute, like, lips on her face mold. I don't know if all of them do, but something, again, similar. Like, there's, like, little modifications that just, like, look a little different to me based on other dolls. And I think Grace's face is really cute, and she's fun to style. That being said, I hate the, like, Paris motif of her whole collection. Her meat outfit is so on the nose. It's like cheesy, it's a little tacky, it's a little corny, but outside of like her collection, I love styling her. I think she looks good in everything. You know, she photographs well, like her freckles are so cute, but I don't really care for her story or her collection beyond that. Like, I like her as the doll, but like they did not do a very good job with the rest of the collection as a girl of the year. And I think that the collections for the girls of the year really needs to be more important again. And as we get to the top of the list, you'll see why like certain dolls rank that way, because there was thought, there was a story, there was a world built around these dolls that really drew me into them. So they kind of missed the mark on a couple of these, like Isabel, like Grace, and like I guess the next one, but maybe not. She may have had a little bit of a better collection. But coming in after Grace here at number 12 is Sage. Sage is really gorgeous. I love her hair, you know, the bright blue eyes, like the like teal blue, the freckles, like very similarly to Grace. But again, like they're unique enough from each other. I love her meat outfit. I think some of her outfits in her collections are cute. I think she's like a parade outfit maybe. I don't remember what it's called, but it's got like this like bright colored cardigan. And I think that's cute. But other than that, again, like this like middle part of the list, like they don't really do much for me. They're just kind of like there. But anything that you style her in outside of her collection, similarly to Grace, she looks good in. And I like to reach for her typically. She probably should be ranked a little bit higher, but basing off like the combination of like collection and story and stuff like that, she had to rank a little bit lower. For example, the next one, number 11, Luciana. She was my fave girl of the year for a really long time because of how unique she is. I think her story is unique. I think her hobby is unique. Her interest in STEM and space and NASA is really, really cool. And I really want American Girl to have more of that in the Girl of the Year line as we, you know, continue to build upon the line. Like, if the Girl of the Year for 2027 was really into, like, video game, not just video games, but, like, software development or coding or game design, game development, graphics, like, something that's still topical, but, like, not the same as every other girl would be really cool. And I think that they took that with that kind of like
that jump with Luciana. I do love the purple streak in her hair. I actually really like her collection and her meat outfit, even though it is a little cheesy and on the nose. I like the space themes, and I just think it's very unique and very different. The only thing I don't love about her is her bangs, because they're always in her face, and it's really annoying to style, and you can't do anything else with them. They're just in her eyes, in her face. So that's my only critique of Luciana, but I do love her. I probably, again, could have ranked her higher too. I don't know why I didn't, but I think that she's really special to the line, and I think that they need to follow suit with more. This is very similar to what they do with Barbie, where it's like you could be anything, you could be interested in anything, like very like astronaut Barbie-esque, if that makes sense. Like, just, you don't have to be into gymnastics and horses and dancing. Like, you could be into anything, and I think they need to start taking that approach a little bit more. And I think that, like, sometimes they kind of toe the line with it a little bit, or like walk the tightrope of that. But I think Luciana's very special, and I want more Girls of the Year like that as a Girl of the Year collector. All right, we've made it to the top 10, which means we are literally at the last 10 dolls of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching my first video. I'm still learning how to make a better video, how to be on camera. So I know I rambled a lot. I struggled to look at the camera. I also do have notes in front of me, so I kept looking down. I look off. I just, like, eye contact is not my forte just yet. So thank you guys so much for sticking with me, and I will get better as I continue to make videos, of course. I can't let my perfectionist tendencies hold me back from starting. So we're starting, and we're doing it. So here we are, our last 10 dolls. Coming in at number 10 for Girls of the Year is Kira. Kira is usually who I use to kind of designate as like my mini-me, though I don't think it's super duper accurate, but it's usually who I go for because I don't want to use a historical character as a mini-me. So I use Kira typically. I do love her wig, very similarly, obviously, to a lot of the dolls that are ranking top on my lists. She has a really beautiful wig. Hers is also just like slightly greasy feeling, similar to the two girls I talked about earlier. But I do love to style her. I think she's fun to style. She looks good in a lot of things. She has a cute little collection. She has a cute story. But yeah, there's not really too much more to say about her. I think that she's just really cute. I just enjoy her, and I like the cohesion of her style in her collection. I like that a lot of her outfits like kind of have like the same vibe, same energy. I do actually really like her meat outfit and her meat accessories. So yeah, that's why Kira's kind of the first one in the top 10. So number 9, I have my Lainey girl. When I show her on the screen, she's actually not styled how I would usually choose to style her. She's actually a little bit more like babyish little sister to me when I dress her. She's usually in like a skirt, like cute top and cute little flats, but I kind of wanted to have more girls in the birthstone outfits for this for some reason, and I love this outfit, and her curls looked so good in it, which I recurled them while they were already in the ponytail. So her curls are very similar to like Ruthie's and Rebecca's and Nikki's typically. Like, they actually don't really look this full and good, but they actually look okay right now. So that's why I kept her in this outfit. But yeah, I mean, she just has the most adorable collection. I love her like nature vibe. It reminds me a lot of myself when I was that age, and me and Lainey were like the same age when she came out. I know that sounds silly to say, but she came out when I was turning 11, so it makes sense that like a lot of things I was kind of into, she was into. Like, I used to like have like the little bug like carrier thing to like, I don't want to say capture, it's not the right word, but I would like garner house caterpillars, and then they would go into their cocoons or chrysalis or whichever. They're usually moths, but I really enjoyed like that aspect of like being a little kid outdoors. And Lainey's whole like outdoor butterfly, dragonfly motif is really sweet. I love that it's very consistent throughout her outfits. I have a couple of her outfits, like her like red nature dress and her gardening outfit, which was probably more appropriate for this video to have her in, but again, I just liked how she looked in this personal outfit. But I do really, really love her cohesion in her collection. She has a lot of really cool pieces, big ticket items. She also has the best pajamas. I believe she's the only Girl of the Year so far that has a nightgown, and it is really cute, and it's got really cute colors. It's got very earthy but also very bright tones to it, very like jewel tone, bright colors. Actually, it's not jewel tone. It's very primary colors. So I think that's why she's very like babyish to me, because it's very like classic red, classic orange, classic yellow, classic green, classic blue. They just nailed her age, and I think being her age when she was released probably has a lot to do with the fact that she is such like a perfect representation of that age. So I love what they did with her. I actually really love her little bangs, even though they could be annoying. I think they're awesome, and she's just like a really perfect, cute little doll. Okay, number 8, we have Lila. And Lila is actually very special to me for a couple reasons. One, or really just one reason.
I got to gift her to my goddaughter, whose name is very similar to Lila's, in the same way that my godmother did to me. So I got my first doll from my godmother, and then I gifted my goddaughter her first doll, and they were both girls of the year with similar names to us, and I think that's really special. So I love her. I love her color scheme. I love the pink and orange a lot. I love her meat outfit. I think it's really fun. I'm really glad it wasn't her horseback riding one, so sorry. Which I hate, by the way. They could have just stuck with the gymnastics, I think. I think that, like, they were just kind of like blending too much into one doll with the horseback riding and the gymnastics. I know that's her whole story, so she's kind of torn like Troy Bolton style, but whatever. And her hair, of course. I love the chunky highlights. I've already said that multiple times. And she looks good in a lot of things. Although, like, I can say she looks very similar to Yvette, there's still enough difference to both dolls that still kind of sets them apart. And I don't know, I just love them all the same. What can I say? Number 7 is Miss Leah Clark, and she is everything. So now that we're up at the top 10, this is where a lot of the numbers can kind of like start to blend together, because Leah could easily be number 1, or she'd be number 7, or she'd be number 3. Like, all the dolls, like, kind of from here on out are all like ranked at the top for very different reasons, but because they're all like stunning, incredible dolls. So she is everything. Her wig is everything. People have already talked about that. Her eye color matched with her skin tone, absolute yes. Her collection is but like everything you put her in outside of her collection is always a slice. She never looks bad in anything. Like, she truly is one of the funnest dolls to style and dress and play with and like do her hair and photograph that American Girl has released, and I will stand by that wholeheartedly. The reason she is a little bit lower is now based off collection and maybe a little bit of sentimental value to the rest of my dolls, but she is one of the most gorgeous dolls, especially in the Girl of the Year line that American Girl has released. Number 6 is Miss Kaylee, and she was, as you surely guessed it, my first ever doll from my godmother back in 2003, because my godmother was so excited that there's a doll with my name. Funny enough about that, though, when I was growing up, that same childhood best friend that I played with American Girl dolls with, she low-key gaslit me into believing that her name was pronounced Callie. And it honestly worked out okay with me, because when we would play with our dolls, I didn't like that my doll had the same name as me anyway, so I liked calling her Callie because it just like kind of differentiated it in gameplay. So I still refer to her as Callie when I look at her, like that's Callie, but I know that she is the Kaylee doll. Regardless, I love her wig, same thing, the highlights, I think it's very unique. She's kind of slept on for that. Like, nobody really looks at her wig as like how beautiful it is. It really is a beautiful wig. You know, she's very sentimental to me. Obviously, she was my first doll. I love her very beachy vibe with her meat outfit and her meat accessories. Like, this was when there was like just much more cohesion back then, and like they were still getting started, but she's still more cohesive than some of the girls of the year that came after her. And I think she's very special, and I will forever and ever be grateful to my Kaylee doll, because she introduced me to this world that I wouldn't have without her. Like, if my godmother never got me the Kaylee doll because we shared a name, I would not be in this community. I would not have this collection that brings me so much joy. I wouldn't be so into like dolls and toys and like collecting. So I'm just, you know, I gotta give her a shout out. Like, I just love this doll so much and kind of like what she represents. But I couldn't put her at number 1 because there are dolls I'm more drawn to for other reasons. So number 5, we're at the top 5 now. We're almost done. Top 5, number 5 is Kanani Akina. First of all, I love Kanani because we share initials. K.A. is my first and last name. So I used to give my dolls middle names. I gave her a middle name that was M to match my middle name. And that's just kind of like a funny little anecdote about why I also like love Kanani. But she was one of my last like play dolls as well. I got her right before McKenna. She has one of the best collections ever. She's very well thought out. Her meat outfit is so nostalgic and so beautiful to me. She has the most gorgeous wig. We all know that. She is just like pure perfection in my eyes. Like her shaved ice stand, her stories. I believe I actually read her books. I didn't read a lot of the books, but I believe I read hers growing up. I have her like surfboard and like bathing suit and vest, and I plan to get so many more of her outfits as I continue to like grow my collection. I'm obsessed with her. I will always love Kanani so much, and even though mine's wig is a little bit raggedy, she's a little dry, it is still like unmatched, truthfully. At number 4, I put Mia, because Mia to me feels like Christmas in a doll. Like, she just gives me like very warm, fuzzy feelings. That American Girl trip I went on, so that was 2008, the one I talked about way in the beginning. My first ever trip was in January of Mia's year. So that was right when she was released. My god sister had gotten Mia
that day. She also got the matching outfit. I don't know why I didn't get Mia that day, but I chose not to for whichever reason. I'm a very big fan of the winter time, so obviously her hobbies, her skating, and all of her like winter gear really like resonates with me. Like that just feels very American Girl, cozy to me. And yeah, she's very nostalgic, and she's just everything. Hair color, eye color, wig, freckles. They really like nailed her design so well, and she is so unique and so beautiful. But yeah, she just feels like Christmas. I don't know how else to explain it. And like Christmas is when I was getting the majority of my American Girl dolls. I think like growing up it was usually like a Christmas gift under the tree or a Christmas gift from my godmother. So she just brings a lot of warm nostalgic feelings to me, and I just adore this doll and her collection very much.
All right, here we are. We have finally reached the top 3. And honestly, number 3 and number 2, I've gone back and forth on a little bit. I actually recorded it differently to begin with. And now I think I'm going to switch it up because at number 3, I'm going to have Kavi. And Kavi, while she's a Jersey theater girl, like myself, and I do love, like, the doll herself. I love her hair. I love that they went with, like, you know, dark hair. I love the representation that she depicts, and her face mold. She's the only Marie Grace face mold I have, and I actually really love her. I love her meat outfit. I love her accessories. I love that she kind of has like a newer hobby in like theater. I know that there's a lot of dance and a lot of music, but I love that they did musical theater for her. Her Bollywood fit is stunning, and I actually haven't even put her in it yet, and I don't know why, but I adore it. I think it is one of the most beautiful outfits that American Girl has come out with in recent time. The reason I have to actually switch her to number 3 is because her collection is so mismatched and there's like no cohesion whatsoever. And it doesn't really do it for me for that reason. Like the yoga set's kind of like meh, and also why. And of course they had to throw in the collaboration, which I know is a hit, but it's just like adding the collaboration to the Girl of the Year collection. While it like, I guess makes sense for her storyline, it is still kind of like blah to me. I don't know, but the doll herself is stunning, and that's honestly why she was originally at number 2. But based off of kind of the criteria I think I've set, I had to put a different doll at number 2. And based off of what I said about Mia and how much I love her and her collection, it only makes sense that I had to put Corinne at number 2. The only reason I would have put her even any lower on the list, like the reason why she was originally at number 3, is I think because of her hair. And now, don't get me wrong, I love the bright blue turquoisey aqua color that she has. Like I wouldn't change that at all, but I struggle to dress her in anything that doesn't have blue in the outfit, so that's like the only kind of drawback to her. However, her whole collection is so stunning. I love the color scheme. I love the cozy warm winter ski vibe. I have her like winter jacket ski set, and I think it is so beautiful and awesome, and I love putting her in it as soon as the winter starts. I love her face mold. Like I said, I really love, like, I love her hair. Like I adore it. She is still fun to style, even though her hair does drive me crazy. Not only just the color, but the part in her hair is really difficult for me to style for some reason. But I just think she is so beautiful, and they knocked it out of the park with her. I love the implementation of like the family dolls. I do have Gwen. She's the only well-wisher I have, and I love that they did that. I would have loved having little sisters for my dolls when I was a kid, like growing up. I used my Biddy twins as my like just like you girls, like little brothers. So I would have adored that. And I do want Blix eventually, but I can't find him for like not an arm and a leg yet. So eventually, I will add him to my collection as well, because I think it is just so sweet to have them all together, and I thought that was a really cool thing that American Girl did. It's very similar to what they did with, like, Carissa, Gwen, and Sonali, that there's, like, additional dolls and characters for the Girl of the Year. And I just love her family story, too. It's similar enough to mine, honestly, and I think it's, like, really sweet and awesome that they included that as her storyline. And, like I said, yeah, I just love her winter collection, like, all together, and I like dressing and photographing Mia together with Corinne and Gwen. I think it's really cute to just have them all together similarly to Lila and McKenna. I kind of like implemented that Mia is Gwen's ice skating coach. So it's just like, she's just perfect. She's also the first doll that my boyfriend bought me when we were in New York City a couple years ago. We were there with friends who have never been to the city before, and I was like, well, duh, I have to take you to the American Girl store. I mean, that's just kind of like a no-brainer. And it was around Christmas times while we were outside looking at the Rockefeller tree outside of American Girl. My boyfriend went to the register and bought me Corinne, and when I turned around, when he was walking out of the store, he had that big red bag, and that means a lot to me because he's very supportive of my collection, and she is just, it makes her even that more special. So I have to put her at number 2. All right, if you've been following along and you know I have every Girl of the Year up until summer, you should know by now that number 1, to no surprise, is Joss. Not only is she just the originator of my favorite face mold, but I actually really like her collection. It's very reminiscent of Kaylee's, so different enough that they actually have very, like, they have different hobbies. I think they both have, like, the surfer vibe going on, but I like that they have Joss as a cheerleader. Is she the only cheerleader girl of the year? I would think they would have had more cheerleaders, but I think she's the only one, which honestly, like, a lot of little girls that age, and just, like, little kids in general that age, they get into, like, cheerleading and stuff like that, so I can't believe they waited that long. But I do love her collection. I love her hair. She has the, like, chunky highlights as well. Of course, one of her best qualities is the fact that she has the storyline of being hard of hearing / deaf, and that she has the hearing aid, and that introduced, beyond just, like, her own face mold, it introduced the modified ears for the American Girl dolls to have hearing aids. So just continuing to move in the right direction in terms of representation for all kids. And I think that that's really beautiful. And I like that it came with the doll. Like, it wasn't like an accessory. And I know that, like, the bar is so low, but the fact that it came with the doll just kind of shows, like, the importance of representation to American Girl as they continue to, like, take steps to be, you know, better every day with that. And yeah, I just think that she really has no notes. Her collection is vibrant. It's got a lot of really cute colors. It's cohesive. It's summery. Like, it just makes sense, and it's fun. And obviously I like the extreme seasons, like summer and winter, if that doesn't show. So if a doll is really summery or really wintry, they're going to be in the top ranking, because that's usually when their collections are most cohesive and most exciting and have, like, a theme and have a story. So yeah, I had to put Joss at number 1. Whenever I'd go to, like, the American Girl store, I would reach for her. I would dress her up. She looks good in every kind of style. You could dress her to be a little bit younger. You could dress her a little bit older. Like, she just looks good regardless. And I reach for her probably first. And I like that she doesn't have the painted on eyelashes, even though I actually like when the dolls have that. I don't mind that new feature. I do like that her having the original, being the originator of the face mold, it's just, like, a little different still from the other face molds that came after her. Yeah, Joss just felt right at number 1, and I can't wait for them to make more Joss mold dolls. I'm glad that that mold gets so much love, and I know that it's a favorite amongst a lot of the collector community, so I had to put my girl at number 1, of course. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know that was a lot and probably pretty long, but I know that I like longer form content. If you guys prefer shorter form, if this would have been better broken up into, like, ranking historicals, ranking girls of the year, so on and so forth, if it would have been better as 4 separate videos, please let me know. But I like longer form content. I like being able to put it on in the background. I hope that's kind of what you did here too. I like putting it on in the background and listening, and, like, occasionally taking a peek over at what is being shown and whatnot. So thank you so much for following along. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope you stick around. I hope we could talk dolls more. I really love this community. I love finally feeling comfortable enough to share my collection with the world, because I have been so nervous for so long, because people are mean and cruel. But I know that there's a lot of people out there that, like, just love things. Like, they love their Squishmallows, they love their Funko Pops, they love their Labubus, they love their toys. Like, this is no different, so I'm glad to finally share my doll collection with you guys. And I plan to do so many more videos. I have a list of things I plan to do, and if there's any content that you guys like that you'd like to see, I just kind of want to add to the discussion around everyone's favorite doll line if you're watching. So thank you guys again. I cannot be more grateful, and I plan to be on a consistent schedule as best as I can. I do work in video editing on a non-consistent schedule, so I'll do my best. But yeah, I hope this was fun, and I had fun, so I plan to do more, like I said a million times. And I'll ramble less next time. Ugh. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for joining me once again. Goodbye.